Co-parenting is hard. Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you would have seen in today's title, I am going to talk a little bit about what I have learned as a single mom. I have been separated for just over a year now, and it has been a lot, to say the least, but I feel like I'm in a really good place now, and life is starting to come together, and I'm just really excited. So I thought I would share some of the things that I've learned along the way, but I wanted to make today just a really casual video. I'm just gonna make some breakfast and then we can sit down and talk. You guys are getting a sneak peek at my kitchen. I have filmed the whole process of renovating it, but it is not completely done yet, so that video will be up probably in the next few weeks, maybe. Hopefully we get it done in the next few weeks. So one of the very first things that I have learned along the way is going through like divorce or separation is a roller coaster of emotions. Obviously it was hard in the beginning, and then things got better and I felt really good. And if you've seen my becoming a single mom video, I think that was like maybe 6 months after we had separated. And I actually, I talked about in that video that I felt like I was in a really good place, and life was moving forward and I was doing a really good job. And then the truth is, after that video, I wasn't posting for a while because I hit quite a big low, I would say again. I was having emotions that I hadn't really felt since the beginning of our breakup. And it kind of felt fresh again. And I was so confused because I was like, hey, we've been separated for so long. Like, things were going really well. Why do I feel so upset all the time? Why do I feel so sad? There's so many up and downs when it comes to separation, and there's no time limit on when you're supposed to get over this. So if you, a year after your separation, you still feel really low, or you've had some highs and then you feel low again, that's so normal, and you just have to keep working through it. And that brings me to my next point, is that it gets easier after the first. So it's a little bit different probably when you separate from a boyfriend or a husband and you don't have kids involved. You can kind of break off from these people and you don't have to see them. However, when you have kids, you kind of are forced to see each other and work together and communicate and do all that stuff. And then sharing custody, I think for me, has been the hardest part about separating. I don't like sharing my kid. I wish he was around all the time. So going through the first of, he would do things with his dad that maybe he's never done before. And the fact that I wasn't there for it, would break my heart and would send me spiraling. And actually just this past month was Easter, and it was my very first holiday. Yes, it's been over a year since we separated, but it was my very first holiday that I didn't have Jace with me. And so I woke up Easter morning and there was no egg hunt, and he was doing it at his dad's, and I bawled all morning. That was just one of the first that I have to get over. It can be really difficult, but trust me, it gets easier. So next, I would say what's really important is that you do what makes you happy. If that means getting out and surrounding yourself with people, that's great. If that means learning how to be alone, good for you. Don't let people tell you what you should be doing, because I definitely got some judgment that I needed to learn how to be alone because I had been in a relationship for so long. But what made me happy was being around friends, being around family, going out, having a good time when I didn't have Jace. And that was like the distraction for me. I can be alone. I know I can be alone. But when you're in your darkest times, do what makes you happy. Next, what I would say is you don't have to be friends with your ex right away. When we separated, we kind of had this idea in our mind that we were going to be friends, that we were going to still be able to do things as a family, that we were going to, be able to co-parent really, really well. We were going to be able to co-parent like people that have been co-parenting for years and years and years. And that is not the reality. It's okay if you still have hurt. It's okay if that they still make you angry and there's actions and, there's a lot that goes into actually separating, and it can create a lot of issues. So you don't have to be friends. Obviously, that is the goal, and you need to be civil for your kids, but you don't have to like each other right away. That's fine. And hopefully down the road, you both will have healed from whatever hurt you guys, and you can have a friendly relationship. And maybe you can actually be friends. Maybe you will never be able to be friends. I don't know. But don't have these high expectations for co-parenting. Co-parenting is hard. And basically, you just have to do the best you can for your kid. And that's that. But don't be disappointed if your co-parenting relationship is not looking the way you want to look. And it's just over time, you gotta work on it and you gotta find what works for both of you. I hope that it's not too loud out here, but it's such a beautiful day. I'm so thankful for sunshine in this quarantine. Just to be able to sit outside and not be cooped up in your house. It makes it a lot easier. But anyways, so the next thing that I have learned is don't rush into dating. I didn't actually start dating until about the 1 year mark, and know that there's no time limit or opportune window. If you want to date earlier and that's right for you, you should do that. If you need to wait longer than a year, you should do that too. I feel like there was one point where I felt like I needed to rush back into dating just because I had been in a relationship for so long. I hadn't been single since I was in high school. So I kind of felt like I, wanted to get back out there and just experience, new things, new people. But I ended up turning down so many opportunities to date. And I was always honest with the person, but we'd set up a date and then I would cancel the day before and just tell them I thought I was ready, but I'm really not, and I'm sorry. But then when you are ready to date, don't settle. Be open and honest from the very beginning about what you want. I went into dating this one guy and we wanted completely different things, and I tried to like we were just looking for different things, and I tried to like reason that that would be okay to just like ease my way back into dating, to be with someone that wasn't looking for a serious commitment or anything. And that was definitely wrong. So when I started dating the guy that I'm seeing now, I just laid it all out on the table about what I'm looking for, what I want out of life, like the whole 9 yards, you know. And I think that's like scary to like open up, or like be worried that you're gonna scare someone away. But like if they're the right person and they do honestly want the same things as you, it's okay to talk about it early on. I think it saves you guys some heartbreak in the long run. And you know, that's what I wish I had learned back when I first started dating Jace's dad, is that, you know, you need to get all that out in the open, and then you need to not settle. When you are ready to date again, just enjoy it, but just be honest with yourself and honest with the person that you're starting to open up with. Okay, it was getting a little windy out there, so I wasn't sure if you guys could hear me well enough. So I am going to finish off with the last thing that I have learned from becoming a single mom, and that is that if you need help, get it. Do not be ashamed of needing help. Do not be ashamed of feeling like you're at rock bottom and that you can't get out of it yourself. I have had to turn to medication to help me, you know, get out of bed. I'm a mom. I have to do these things. I have to live my life. I cannot be confined to, you know, my mind being in a negative place. So yeah, I've had to do that. I have been to counseling. What I learned in counseling was really how angry I was at my ex in the situation, and then I've learned how to work through that anger and how to just come to terms with where I'm at and where I'm going forward. So there are a lot of affordable counseling options. I think that's something that always stopped me in the past, but it is worth investing in yourself if you need help, if you need someone to talk to. You know, it's not easy to talk to your family and your friends all the time when you're in this really negative space. It's sometimes hard to be honest with them because you're afraid of judgment and whatever it may be. But so if you need help from a doctor or a psychologist or whatever it may be, do it. It will benefit you in the long run, trust me. And it is the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your family. So that is all I have to say on just the main things that I've learned being a single mom for the last year and a bit. And I'm just really excited for, you know, where my life is going now. I'm in a really good place, and I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're going through a hard time, breakup, a separation, whatever it may be, and you want to reach out to me, I would be more than happy to talk with you a little bit more about my experience. I obviously don't want to air out all my dirty laundry on the internet, but I would be more than happy to talk with you about my experience and even go into more depth about really what I've learned and the things that you can do to get through it. So don't be afraid to reach out on here or on Instagram, whatever it may be. So thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.